Joy to our day. I want to thank you so much for waking up this morning. Thank you for showing up this morning. Thank you for being you. You know, there are a lot of opportunities that you had to make other decisions, and I appreciate you for all of the joy that you bring, even just in your simple presence of today. I am here with you live on Daybreak each and every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Guest hosting for Thera Martin, and really, really just glad to be able to spread some joy today. You know, we are rounding our way into the end of the work week, coming up on Friday tomorrow, and just excited about that. I know a lot of people who are excited to get into Friday, not just get to Friday, but get through Friday, okay? So I appreciate that, and I understand that bringing yourself through this work week with a smile and with some joy, I think is the best way to do that. You know, there's been something recently that kind of went crazy on the internet. And so for my folks that are not so internet inclined, let me just let you know. So Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all of that are platforms, of course, that folks are using to stay connected here in the social media digital age. And there's this photo that's gone crazy on the internet today, y'all, this week. And essentially what it is there is a group of protesters that are standing, and they are, you know, Islamophobic protesters, right? And there's a Muslim woman who goes in front of this group of protesters, and she poses with a smile and she throws up the peace sign. And she literally like broke the internet, y'all. Muslim woman poses with a smile in front of Islamophobic protesters. And it's amazing because when she was interviewed about it, right, literally what she said was, I wanted to show them that we are going to remain kind and unapologetic and continue to spread love in the face of bigotry. She said, I wanted them to see my joy. And what really strikes me wild in this story is, like, here is someone, a young Muslim woman, who saw a group of Islamophobic protesters, and she responded with her own protest, y'all. And it was a protest of happiness. Like, yes, you know, she's 24 years old, and this photo has gone completely viral because she got her grin on her face, she's got her hijab on her head, and she's literally standing in front of a group of anti-Muslim protesters in Washington, D.C. And it's crazy because she says that she walked away feeling the greatest form of accomplishment because she smiled in the face of bigotry. And isn't it such a unique and interesting concept to understand what it could look like for all of us to smile in the face of challenge, to smile in the face of people who maybe are not smiling back at us, right? You know, in the image, the protesters are holding signs, you know, and flags and megaphones. And she really, like, in the interview, she spoke about how she feels that the kindness itself is a mark of faith, and not only a mark of faith, but a mark of her expression of faith, right? And the reality is that, you know, bringing this type of energy to life, I think, is something we can all connect with, right? We can all bring kindness to our lives. We can all bring that into our everyday kind of faith walk, if you will. And I think that's such a special and unique thing that we can bring in a world that has a lot of different dynamics and different changing elements, right? You know, when we talk about feelings of challenge or all of the isms that folks experience, right? You know, the ageism, the classism, the capitalism, the racism, the stereotypes, the bigotry, all these different things and all these concepts that, if you really get down to it, my friends, like, these are man-made constructions. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are words and systems that have been created as a result of a lot of different elements in our historical past. And yet, while we acknowledge and recognize the history that has brought us to this place, there are many ways that we can actually stop perpetuating the systems that we so dearly and deeply want to dismantle. You know what I'm saying? And so it in itself, you know, bringing ourselves to a space where it's not just about overcoming hate and overcoming shame and overcoming guilt, but it's really about perpetuating a narrative of bringing love and peace and joy and kindness to our everyday interactions. And I'm wondering for you, have you had a scenario or a situation recently where you were really faced with like the challenge. Maybe somebody wasn't outwardly being hateful towards you, but you just felt like, like I feel this vibe, and I'm just like, I feel like you just not on my vibe, you know? And what did you do? How did you overcome it? How did you pull yourself together? How did you bring yourself back to a state of peace and joy and love? How did you overcome, if you will, that hate? For some people, it's really a conversation of how do you pray for those that are against you? How do you, pray for your enemies, if you will, or even just people who've hurt you over the past. What I find in my work is that a lot of people have difficulty overcoming the emotions. We can get with the physical program. We can do our power walking and our stair stepping. We can eat healthier here and there. We can, attend our religious places. And we can, be nice at work. But when it comes to people who have hurt your feelings or have hurt you personally, we be holding grudges for like ever. Like a long time. And so what have you done? Call and let me know. The number is 215-634-8065, 215-634-8065, or you can call me toll free outside the city of Philadelphia at 1-866-361-0900. How exactly are you pushing through those moments when someone may have hurt your feelings or someone may have hurt you just in general, and you're just having difficulty to kind of like get over that, right? How exactly do we, think of the times when we might have hurt somebody else's feelings, right? And not apologize for it even ourselves. There's a lot of conversation kind of in the mix around how we as adults have this inner child, and we did an interview yesterday with a behavioral specialist who talked about just that, how some of the things in our childhood have affected how we treat people in adulthood. You see what I'm saying? And so when we can see ourselves from that lens of empathy and compassion, is it possible, I guess, to see other people that way, looking at people not necessarily for what they are in that moment, but understanding that they may have an inner child that is what's kind of speaking up for them in that moment? Is it possible that we can aspire to those higher heights, right? And that we ourselves can even express a certain level of joy and positivity in our lives, And so I really want to just posture that to you today as you go forward into your day. What are some ways that you can overcome that kind of sticky, uncomfortable conversation that happens when somebody says something that you don't like, or somebody says something to hurt your feelings, or somebody, does something that you just feel like, oh, I'm just assuming they were out to get me, or they had a particular intention? How can we bring that love and compassion and joy to the forefront? And I believe in a lot of ways it does start with bringing it to yourself. Our internal self-talk is one of the most powerful things that propels our personality forward. The things that we think, the thoughts that we speak to ourselves inside of our minds, they really, really, really influence and perpetuate whatever narrative that we've spun. If you have a moment and you make a mistake at work, what's the first thing you say to yourself in your mind? Oh, dang, Alana, see, I knew that's why you shouldn't have been, right? You go straight to that negative kind of connotation or negative self-talk. And what would it look like for you not only to extend that joy and that love and that grace and that forgiveness to other people, but also extend it to yourself in the form of that positive self-talk. So I really want for you to think about that today, ways that you can shift the way you think in your own mind. Those small tweaks that we make are not necessarily for the world to see or for the world to experience, and yet they can be so incredibly powerful. It is currently 6:19 a.m. and we have Mr. Ron on the line here from North Philly. Mr. Ron, welcome to the show.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. I have a question I want to ask you after I make my comments in reference to your question that you're asking. What has happened to me, the lady that raised me, she instilled in me confidence and love as a child. And because of it, I don't have an inferior complex. And I don't have an inferior complex about no one or anything, and to a degree. And because of my confidence, because it's love that this woman gave me. It wasn't my mother, but she bypassed her breast and took me to her, to the lower part of her in inspiration, ma'am. And because of it, in all these many years, I have been consistent. I don't have an inferior complex because I have love. I don't hate people. I'll get in confrontation with you to resolve that matter quick. I don't give negativity no life. I address it and keep on moving. My question I want to ask you this morning, who is it that makes you speak the way you speak? Who is it that every morning when you wake up looking forward to share your spirit and that energy that you're bringing this morning? Who is it that does this, man? And have you to look forward to greeting people? And you're one of those persons, there's millions of them, that cares so much about people. My question once again to you, man, who is it that causes this? Is it one on Most High or your belief? And then when you take inventory with yourself, man, and you look around and see how good the Lord has been to you. So that's the question I wanted to ask you this morning. Who is it that brings this high energy? And I hear you speaking this morning saying that, sometimes persons or people can be sort of negative. Is it because it's who they are, or is it because it's who you are or your parents? So I hang up and listen to your response, man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ron. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's a great question. Who is it that brings me joy, and who is it that inspires me to be positive? There are so many different ways I could answer that. I think just, in short, the biggest inspiration I have is that I have breath. That's my biggest inspiration. I have experienced lots of things in my life that have been really challenging, honestly, really, really traumatic and difficult. And, whether it was the loss of a family member or experiencing, challenges in my life, or just different, kind of levels of abuse and things like that I've experienced and witnessed over the course of my life. I know that this human experience on earth is like finite. You know what I mean? It only lasts but for so long. And so to me, not knowing how much time and how much energy I have to exchange on this earth, I try not to dwell on the negative things longer than they need to be dwelled upon. Because the truth of the matter is that there's a good chance that energy that I'm spending indulging in negativity and perpetuating it and continuing that cycle is energy that I could be using to plant something beautiful, to share, to grow, to experience, to explore. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's really important for me not to dwell on the negativity and all of that, because it's like I have life. I have breath. I have being. I'm here to do something, and I need to focus on doing that. And so all these other things that come my way as distractions or just like deterrents or things that I think are not aligned with the purpose and the power that I want to bring through my being, I don't give them the time of day. So I really appreciate you, Mr. Ron, for that question, because, and I pose that to everyone else as well. How exactly are you bringing your full self to the conversation every day? How are you, maintaining that level of positivity and energy as you go forward? And what is your inspiration? Because you're right. When you have a clear inspiration, when you have a clear delineation of what it is that motivates you, all this other stuff just falls to the wayside. It's like fray on your coattail, It's like the wind off your back, the water down the duck's back. It doesn't matter that deep, you know what I mean? And so I appreciate that question, and I want to pose that to you all as well as we go into the rest of our day. It's currently 6:22 a.m. here in Radio Land on WURD.com, 96.1 FM. On 900 on your AM dial. Currently Thursday, April 25th, a nice and cool breezy, 57 degrees here outside, getting as high as 67 later on today. If you are looking to get out the door by 6:30 a.m., make sure you do so. You got about 6 minutes to make that happen. We are going to cut to a quick break, and when we come back, I have a great interview for you on the other side. We'll be right back.
We filmed 15 Pennsylvania kids who were all waiting to be adopted and asked what having a family and permanent home would mean to them.
I want a family just to accept me for who I am, to be there just to support me whenever I'm needing it.
To be matched with a family would be amazing. I won't be in a system all the time.
Visit adoptpakids.org to watch the video, meet the kids, and learn how you can become a foster or adoptive parent.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Philadelphia is coming together to support Alan Dom for City Council, number 66 on the ballot. Listen to Philadelphia boxing legend Bernard Hopkins explain why he's standing with Alan Dom in the May 21st Democratic primary.
In all my championship fights, I train to go the distance. Alan Dom, he's going the distance for us, empowering more black entrepreneurs and business owners, helping former inmates get a fresh start, giving our kids access to the educational opportunities they deserve. Alan Dom is a champion who will always fight for us.
Alan Dom, number 66 on the ballot, donating his city council salary back to our schools, fighting to give Philadelphia's children a brighter future. On May 21st, stand with Bernard Hopkins. Vote Alan Dom for city council, number 66 on the ballot.
Paid for by Dom for Council.
This is Word Radio, independent black media.
You know we don't play when it comes to our mothers, and if we could give them the world, we definitely would. This Mother's Day, celebrate your mother in a way she'll never forget. Start or renew your 4Word membership between now and May 6th and be entered to win our exclusive 4Word Mother's Day prize package, which includes a pair of tickets to the Mother's Day Music Fest in Atlantic City, Saturday, May 11th, featuring Maze with Frankie Beverly, Christopher Williams, Kem, and Al B. Shore, a gift certificate to Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, dinner for two at Green Soul Restaurant in downtown Philadelphia, and an overnight stay at the Cambria Hotel Philadelphia downtown. Don't miss this opportunity to create some special memories with Mom. To be entered to win, start or renew your 4Word membership between now and May 6th by calling 215-425-7875 or visit wordradio.com.
The Sweet Treat Hut is the highest rated juice bar in Philly, located on the corner of 50th and Thompson Streets, providing delicious, healthy vegan food, juices, and smoothies. Treat yourself to a cup of happiness. Call 215-877-1471.
The Kimmel Center presents the Diva Jazz Orchestra, one night only, Saturday, April 27th. This 15-piece all-female jazz orchestra exudes the excitement and force found in the tradition of the historic big bands, but with an eye towards today's progressive sound and originality. Diva performs all over the world playing contemporary mainstream big band jazz composed and arranged to each artist's style. Don't miss Diva Jazz Orchestra, April 27th only. For tickets and additional information, visit kimmelcenter.org.
Now back to Daybreak with Thera Martin on Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD. Streaming live at wordradio.com.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the show. This is Daybreak here live with Halana each and every day, Monday through Friday, with you from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. here on WURDradio.com, 96.1 FM, 900 on your AM dial. Guest hosting for Thera Martin. It's currently 6:28 a.m. If you are looking to get out the door by 6:30, you got 2 minutes. You might as well have those keys in hand. Get your packed lunch in your pocketbook and get your way on out to this beautiful, beautiful day. The sun has risen, my beautiful people, and I hope that you are rising as well. For those of you that are just now waking up, welcome to the world. Welcome to Thursday, April 25th. Today's going to be a beautiful day. It's currently 57 degrees outside. Going to get as high as 67 today, so not quite as warm as it was on Tuesday, but definitely making our way into spring, and making our way we are. I am so honored to be here with you and just so appreciative of your listening ears right now. I know you could be listening to any station right now, and I appreciate you tuning into the show here with me, Halana, live with you, and I am so grateful that you have chosen to listen and tune in, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate your listenership. And shout out to all the people in the online radio world who are listening through our website and through our app at WURDradio.com. We appreciate you as well. Remember that you can always call in to connect and to chat. Toll free is 1-866-361-0900. And locally, if you're a local yokel, as I like to say, 215-634-8065. So I have on the line with me a young brother here from Philadelphia who is making some waves in the community building lane and doing some really, really cool things. So I want to introduce you all to Joshua Black, otherwise known as Urban Black Vegan, and he is actually someone who is the founder of Eat and Educate, and a community, which is a community outreach initiative that teaches while advocating for better health and wellness by embracing a plant-based lifestyle. He's also a social media influencer and soon-to-be author and vegan food trucker. Joshua, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me.
I love your energy.
I'm so excited.
Yes,
So
yes,
excited.
yes. So we have so many things to talk about. So first things first, tell folks a little bit about what it is that you do and what your goal is in this community building that you've been working on.
Yes, it's really simple. My goal is just to try to help to inspire, uplift, and maybe lead the way in a quest to kind of show people that there is a better way out here as far as food and our health. And if we take it upon ourselves, we can make some major changes, just as I did in my life by kicking diabetes, by losing weight, and just getting on the healthy train. I mean, and I'm just so excited, and that's why I'm always high energy when it comes to this subject, because I know I am a witness to what it has done to me in my life. And I just want to share this good news to as many people as possible. So I've decided to start to touch the inner city, and that's what I do. So that's basically it in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly is this radical, amazing transformation that you're talking about? In a nutshell,
Well,
what's the story behind your as we were talking about earlier, like what's the motivation that brings you to every day with positivity? Do you know what I'm saying? Like what is it that stops you from like laying into the naysayers and like what is it that holds you up and pushes you forward and propels you forward? What is this that you're talking about?
Yes. Okay. Well, I've embraced a plant-based lifestyle. Some people want to call it vegan. You can call it whatever you want. I say I've embraced a healthy lifestyle, and that healthy lifestyle benefits not only me, but it also benefits my family. It benefits my wife. It benefits my daughter. By me making the decision to be more conscious of what I put into my body has benefits that go beyond just me. It's my community. It is the world. It's the planet. This thing is so big. And all it really took was me to, I don't want to make it sound that simple because I know people trying to change what they eat and how they eat and how they see food is a major, major thing. But I do want to put it out there that it's possible. It's not, regardless of your age, it doesn't matter. So all I'm trying to do is do my part with what little resources that I have to spread this message. And so it's very motivating knowing that I'm doing all that I can to be the best version of myself in order to benefit not only me, but my wife, my daughter, my son, the planet. I mean, when I think about that, it just really motivates me to get up and do it just a little bit better the next day.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this conversation around plant-based lifestyle and veganism and all this stuff, it's really not a new conversation at this point. Anyone who's been listening to me on the show over the last couple of years has heard me talk about this, innumerable number of times. But what for you is the reason why, like, okay, let's say people already know plant-based, eating veganism, no dairy, no meat. Cool, we got that.
Right.
But for you, why is this component of eating healthy and eating plant-based so significant to everything else you're doing in your life? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it about living a plant-based lifestyle that also informs who you want to be in the world, how you want to show up in the community, what your vision and your goal is for us as people of color? And talk to me about why this particular aspect of your life influences the other parts of your life. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Well, listen. Okay, as an African-American male, and,
yes.
And as we know, studies have just come about as far as the black male population here in Philadelphia. We're at risk. Our health is the highest of any other population here in the city. We're at risk. Also, the fact that I have friends and family who are literally dying, things are being cut off, suffering from major illnesses, and it's all around me. So once I just stopped and took a look around of what was happening all around me, because sometimes we're moving so fast that we don't really realize exactly what's going on around us. And we see that I saw that all of this is happening around me, and that for whatever reason, it was being considered normal, that people were dying at early ages, heart attacks, chronic illnesses. Then I understood that this is not normal. That is not a normal way of being. That is not a normal way for black people to be. But we have accepted that. So I've kind of taken it upon myself, created this social media persona where I consider myself a black vegan superhero, to get out here and do what I can to say, hey, it's not normal. We don't have to live this way. There is an alternative. Let me explain it.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So before we get into your platform and the work that you're doing in the city, and I know you have some events and things coming up, tell me a little bit more, like, what has been your story of transformation? You spoke to some really key elements, like black men, black people, and then also, tell me again, how old are you?
I'm 51.
Okay, and you, exactly, and you sound spry and young. Okay, so yes. 51, over 50, black and male, right? Like, talk to me about the transformation that you experienced specifically when you decided to make these types of changes.
Sure. Yes. All right. So, 8 years ago, I was so very sick. I was on 2 different types of medication. I had all the symptoms that go along with being diabetic, and I was going downhill very fast. Overweight, couldn't even run a mile, barely could get up and down steps, with taking 2-hour naps during the day. This had become my normal. But one day I realized that, I'm not only doing myself a disservice, I'm doing my family a disservice. I'm quickly approaching a point in my life where I'm going to have to be dependent on other people taking care of me, to the fact that I've become so very selfish and began to destroy myself. I said to myself, July 4th, 2011, this has to stop. Actually took a look at myself and bawling in tears and said, that's it. We're changing. 31 days of juicing and fasting. I was on my way. And I always tell people, I didn't decide like, I'm going to be a vegan. No. I said I decided to be healthy, and I let veganism, or whatever you call it, I let that find me. I found out that, I'm in this space now. Okay. But the goal was not to be a vegan. My goal was to be healthy by any means necessary. And that just happened to be, that's the street that I'm on now. So, but that was my motivation, and that's what changed my life, just me wanting to do and understanding. So it was a mind shift that made me go the way that I'm going now. It wasn't me physically saying, I'm going to get up and clean out my refrigerator. After watching the documentary, I changed my thinking. And just as the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he, I was on a new track. And there was no turning around. So people ask, do you backflip, or do you fall off? No. My mind is so focused now that I could be better. Maybe I could not eat a French fry sometime. But no eating meat or anything like that. I'm not going to return to that person I was before. I got responsibilities. The goal is to be the best version of myself for my wife and daughter and my son. And that's it. That's it. So, yes, that's the track that I'm on now.
That's incredible. What an incredible story. And so 8 years ago when you made that decision, what types of health, changes did you experience? I know you said that you were at the time diabetic or pre-diabetic. You were taking medication and things. Did you experience like a resistance to those things? Did you change your weight loss? What are some of the things that have happened since you've made that change?
Sure. Let me tell you all the amazingness. That's the word that happened. Okay. So, all right. So we had a 65-pound weight loss, right? So that in itself is amazing.
Wait, pause.
Yes,
65 pounds?
Weight. Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
That was one of that's one of the benefits, right? That's one of the side effects of being healthy.
Right, of course.
These are the side effects. 65-pound weight loss. I'm off all the medication. No more Actos or metformin. And if your listeners are dealing with diabetes, they know what those medications are. No more numbness in my fingers, no more losing my vision, no more radical up and down, gaining and losing of weight and retention of water. And diabetes is a horrible disease. So that's gone. Now comes then me being able to run marathons and 5Ks, 10Ks, run to the gym, more energy than I know what to do with. I wish I could bottle it and sell it because I have it. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
The transformation has been unbelievable. But I always tell people it's not only the weight loss, the physical weight loss, there was a mental weight loss that goes along with that. The mental weight loss of feeling better about yourself. So this health thing is more than just physical health. It's a mental health component that goes along with this lifestyle. I always tell people that.
Oh, that's incredible. That is incredible transformation. And, you know, there are a lot of people who are listening right now who are thinking like, oh, my God, 65 pounds. If I lost 65 pounds, I would disappear, right? Or there are other people who are thinking 65 pounds, that's a little higher than what I had in mind. I'm just trying to do 15. I'm just trying to do 20, you know. So it's really, really interesting that you call them the side effects of being healthy, as though, you know, weight loss wasn't necessarily your immediate goal, but your goal was really, how can I find a system that's going to help me to reach my health goals, my life goals, right? To be here for longevity, to have, you know, a high quality of life, right? Like you talked about not wanting to have other people taking care of you, you know, to be there for your wife, to be active and to be healthy, and then to be there, you know, for your children and then potentially grandchildren and things like that. So it's really incredible how your motivation has really fueled you to start a journey 8 years ago that led you to, oh, okay, well, after all this research, I found out this is the way. You know what I mean? This is the path. I love that. I love that. Do you have a few minutes to stick around on the other side of the break?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great. So much more to talk about. This is Helana here live on Daybreak with you each and every day, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. here on WURDradio.com, 96.1 FM, 900 on your AM dial. Guest hosting for Thera Martin. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Need a new mattress? Stop by to see Julian, the mattress man, located at 7421 Stenton Avenue. You deal directly with the owner, Julian, to ensure the best prices on name brand mattresses like Sealy, Posturepedic. Call 215-424-5550. That's 215-424-5550.
Since 1904, Philly's top sandwich pros and homemakers have always started the exact same way, with those legendary Amoroso's rolls baked fresh daily. Word family, put Amoroso's rolls on your shopping list for your kids' school lunches and your next family gathering. Want to make your very best sandwiches? Always start with the very best sandwich rolls. Pick them up today at your favorite supermarket or food store. Amoroso's, why Philly's sandwiches are world famous.
1 in every 4 of us can't make ends meet. We can keep pre-K for our children and still get rid of that ridiculous soda tax. Drug injection sites are not safe, and someone gets killed almost every day in Philadelphia. From poverty to potholes, we can do better. I am Anthony Hardy Williams, and I have been listening to you.
We can move Philadelphia forward together. Vote Anthony Hardy Williams for mayor. Paid for by Williams for mayor.
Support independent black media and join the Forward movement now at 215-425-7875 or visit wordradio.com.
Walter E. Sabbath Jr. Funeral Service is introducing Cremations Are Us by Sabbath. That's S-A-B-B-A-T-H. Cremations Are Us by Sabbath is the result of their 26 years of experience with individuals and families who choose cremation. Sabbath knows that families who choose cremation have the same needs as those who choose burial. Sabbath's new component, Cremations Are Us by Sabbath, emphasizes the wide selection of services they've always offered. Visit their website, sabbathcare.com, for details, or call 215-924-4101.
This is the Moravia Health Home Care Tip. The bond between a patient and their caregiver is very important. Empathy and attentiveness are crucial to fostering a trusting relationship with your loved one. When selecting a home care aide for your loved one to help with daily tasks such as cooking, cleaning, and companionship, inquire as to why the candidate chose caregiving as a profession. The right caregiver will have a good mix of professionalism and a nurturing, caring nature. Many families do not know, but the law now allows for a family member to be a paid home care worker. With training through Moravia Health, caring for your loved one directly just became easier. Moravia Health is dedicated to delivering quality care to patients in the comfort of their home. For more information about Moravia Health, call 215-717-8650. That's 215-717-8650. Or visit moraviahealth.com. Moravia Health, because there's no place like home. Now, a traffic update on Word Radio.
Jam traffic on the Schuylkill westbound, and this report is sponsored by Ace, the helpful place. Jam traffic on the Schuylkill westbound between the Boulevard and Belmont Avenue. Just a volume delay. Eastbound delays the Blue Ridge to Conshohocken, Montgomery Drive to Girard. 95 southbound barely moving, approaching Bridge Street to Girard Avenue. Delays on 422 eastbound from Oaks to Route 23. A disabled tractor trailer in Lower Moreland Township on County Line Road west of Huntington Pike. Police are out there directing traffic. The 42 freeway northbound delays 55 to 295 and 55 northbound barely moving north of Deptford to 42. Area bridges still look okay. They're busy, but they are moving. It's the Ace Buy One Get One Free sale. Don't miss great deals throughout the store. Save on their top brands like Scott's, Ortho, and more. With so many great buy one deals, you really can't afford to miss it. Hurry in. The Ace Buy One Get One Free sale ends Monday. See participating stores for details. For more traffic information, go to Sigler.com. I'm Ann Evans with your Philadelphia area traffic.
Now back to Daybreak with Sarah Martin on Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD. Streaming live at wordradio.com.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the show. This is Helena here live on Daybreak with you each and every morning, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. here on WURDradio.com, 96.1 FM, 900 on your AM dial. And aren't you glad I'm here with you? I'm glad to be here with you. And I enjoy you all so much. All your comments, your listening, your just attention. I can feel it through the airwaves. I know that you are here with me and that you are making your way on time to work. So don't get caught up in my storytelling. Make sure that you keep us locked on your phone, on your app, on your home radio, which we were talking the other day about how so many people don't have a home radio anymore. I'm advocating for the bring back, the bring back of the home radio, so that you just have that on in your house and not to be so stuck on this digital move. But either way, on your radio in your car, make sure that you do keep us locked as you transition yourself to make sure that you get to work on time. It's currently 6:47 a.m. here on Thursday, April 25th. A nice 57 degrees outside, and 67 is our high for today. So make sure that you are making your way out the door. If you have plans to leave the house by 7 a.m., you got about 15 minutes, my lovely people, and make sure you have your packed lunch in your hand. You know, I'm a big advocate of a packed lunch and a smile, and that is the best way to start your day. We're talking with Joshua Black, who is known, as he spoke to earlier, as the Urban Black Vegan, social media influencer, and soon-to-be author and vegan food trucker. Joshua, welcome back to the show.
Thank you once again for having me.
You're welcome. So before the break, we were talking a little bit about your journey. We got deep into your transformation. Oh my God, 65 pounds. Like 8 years ago, you transitioned your life to not necessarily end up in the plant-based vegan world, but really just finding out what's going to work, what's going to give me the health and wellness that I'm looking for. And you realize that removing meat and dairy from your diet was a key component of that. But you started to talk a little bit about the mindset shift. And I know a lot of people who are listening to this conversation who know the work that I do, and they're like, oh my God, Helena, you're always so healthy, you're always doing this yoga and meditation and plant-based eating and all these different things that I advocate for and that I live as a lifestyle. The number one question is always like, but I don't know if I could do it. Right? I don't know if I'm going to relapse, if you will, or backslide. Like, you know, how do you resist the temptations of people bringing things in the office and you're just like, I'm trying to get healthy, even if it's not the plant-based thing, right? Even if it's just somebody who's like, I don't want to eat that pound cake, I don't want to eat that sweet potato pie, I don't want to eat these office cookies, I don't want to eat this cake. And people are constantly office workspaces are like the number one temptation for anybody trying to make any type of lifestyle change. So what would you suggest, like based off of your experience? I know you're an entrepreneur and I am as well, so our schedules are a little bit different, but for the folks listening that are in an office space, working a traditional 9-to-5, who want to make some sort of lifestyle change, even if it's not plant-based all the way, because you and I both know the story of getting to plant-based includes a lot of changes along the way, right? Eliminating
Sure.
pork, eliminating fish. You know, there's a whole trajectory. So the process is real, right? So let's just say there's somebody along that process and they're like, okay, well, I already don't eat pork and I already don't eat red meat and I want to make my way to, you know what I mean? For those types of folks that are making their transitions just to healthier lifestyles, who want to get their numbers down and bring the right numbers down and bring the right numbers up, what would be your suggestions for that mindset shift that's needed to resist the temptation that literally is everywhere?
Yes, it is, and it's everywhere. It still exists for me. It still exists
exactly.
For you in some degree. But here's the thing, and I tell people say, "Oh, I just can't give this up," and I say that's because your thinking isn't there yet. Your thinking has evolved as far as chicken or fish or whatever those things you have eliminated, but your thinking still is a little stubborn in this area.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so what you need is a detox. And they said, oh, I detox all the time. I said, no, not a physical detox. You need more of a mental detox because you've been conditioned to believe that you still need the fish or the chicken or what have you. So what I do every single day, I try to make sure that I'm physically taking in information, either reading something, viewing something, listening to something that kind of supports the idea that I need to continue on the path that I'm on. So for that person who is like, I can't get over chicken, maybe you need to start taking in more information, get your head around the fact that the chicken is not good for you, for what reason it's not good for you, or the fish is not good. Take it in every day, because you're taking in messages that affirm that you're supposed to eat the chicken every day. You see ads, you see people in the office eating eating that thing. You are like wired to I want it. So maybe you need to actually detox your thinking in that area. So get around a TV or a computer screen or listen to a podcast, listen to you, listen to me, go to an event, do these things that will help to detox your thinking and change the way you see that piece of.
That's great. I think that's great advice.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I think
that's to the point where it flushes it out. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's great advice. The mindset, we know in anything in life, whether it's you want to be a millionaire or, you want to, manifest a new job or you want to travel the world or you want to have a baby. I mean, all these big things that people are studying, even if you want a parking space, okay? I know people who manifest parking spaces. And so whether small or big, it all starts in the mind, and you're so right with that mindset shift. It's such a key component to that conversation. And it doesn't matter if you want to be plant-based or not. Whatever you're trying to do in your life, you got to shift your mindset. So I love the tip that you just gave as far as like get yourself immersed in that knowledge and that information. Get yourself around influencers and people who are living the lifestyle that you're aspiring to. Get yourself immersed into their stuff. I mean, everybody has a mentor, whether the person who's mentoring you knows it or not. You know what I mean? Whether it's getting those motivational videos, like you said, listening to my show every single day, connecting with you online. There's so many different ways to get the information. And that, my friends, is no excuse because everybody, 95% of the population has a smartphone. So you can get the information that you are actually seeking. Which reminds me as well, I know you have an event coming up soon. So let's talk really quickly about what's coming down the pike. If folks are like, okay, fine, I want to shift my mindset in some direction. What do you have that you can offer to the people?
Right. So just as I said, it's important for us to get our mind deep into it. So we're putting on this little shindig that you may know the host of here at my studio, and this event. Here's the important thing: it is a plant-based focused event, but not just for plant-based folks. But the thing about it is that it's important that you see people who look like you living a lifestyle and affirming that it is possible. Whatever reason the notion is that, this lifestyle is not for people, black and brown people, and that is so far from the truth.
Exactly.
So this event will be able to reinforce the idea that, look, this is for black and brown folks. Black and brown folks are striving, regardless of the fact of where you live or where you come from or what state you are in your health journey. Where you are in your health journey, we can strive off of this lifestyle. Yes.
Incredible,
So
incredible.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. And I know the conversation is so powerful and so poignant, and I love everything that you've shared. So give folks a way to connect with you, and get some more information about your work, and attend these events and things that you're offering.
Yes. Okay, so the event is here on Sunday. You can come meet me and grab a bunch of information from a lot of plant-based influencers, and that's on April 28th, which is this Sunday, actually. We'll have vegan food, vegan information, Q&As, the whole 9 yards. You can follow me at Urban Black Vegan and even find out information about the event there, urbanblackvegan.com or Instagram or anywhere. Everywhere is Urban Black Vegan.
That's great. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate your time so much. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your story. To be a black man in Philadelphia, in America, 51 years young, and just spreading the message of possibility, I think is so powerful. And so I really appreciate your work.
Well, thank you so much for having me. You guys are just a joy for the community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a beautiful interview with Joshua Black of Urban Black Vegan. If you're interested in learning more about his work, you can find him on all the social media platforms under Urban Black Vegan, as well as urbanblackvegan.com. We are coming to the close of the show, my lovely people, and you know what that means? It's probably time for you to either wake up, get moving, or get out the door into the car. Make sure that you keep it locked here on 96.1 FM, WURDradio.com, 900 on your AM dial. This is Helana here live with you each and every day, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., guest hosting for Thera Martin on Daybreak. I love you all so much. You don't even know. I wish you just understood how much love I have for you. I'm just going to do a whole episode one day on that. No, probably not. But I'm just going to tell you every day I love you and I appreciate you. And the reason I can love you and I've never met you before is because I have love for you. I have love for humanity. I know what's possible when we get a strong group of people who have shifted their mindset and who are doing particular behaviors and who are about the community and who are uplifting one another. That's the type of world that I want to live in. So I am 100% committed to spreading the love that I have in my heart in hopes that you will be sparked to love your neighbor as well. So if nothing else today, no matter what comes your way, right? May the love, may the joy, may the peace of mind that you seek find its way to you. And may you always know that no matter what comes your way today, the love and the joy and the peace that you seek, it does live within you. I am so happy for you. I hope you have a fabulous, wonderful day. Currently 6:56 a.m. If you're getting out the door by 7 a.m., you got 4 minutes. So go ahead and make that happen. Get yourself a smile, maybe even a hug, and your packed lunch, and make your way on into this beautiful, beautiful day. I will see you all tomorrow.
We filmed Pennsylvania adopted